Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today it's time for another perfume review, and it's the turn of the Modern Muse range from Estee Lauder. If you're new here, then welcome back to my channel. It's all about perfume. So if you're a perfume fan like me, do subscribe. I have new videos every week, and leave your requests in the comments down below. I do read all your comments and try and do your requests. So Modern Muse came out in 2013, and it was quite a big deal for Estee Lauder because they hadn't released a new perfume for about 10 years prior to that. So I guess there was a lot of hype about it. Estee Lauder has so many different perfumes, and a lot of them are quite classics like Youth Dew, Pleasures, and perhaps a bit sort of traditional and been around for quite a while. So this is a bit of a break from that sort of old school style, and it was really marketed as a young modern fragrance. And I'd say all the ones in the range are, there's 6 different ones that you can get in Modern Muse. Kendall Jenner has been the face of the perfume almost since it was launched, I think, so of course that really helps make it very cool. And I would say that this is definitely marketed for and appropriate for a younger group, sort of audience, teenagers as well as women of any age. But the impression that I get from it is that a lady goes to Estee Lauder to buy her makeup or whatever, and then perhaps she might also pick this up for her daughter. Like she might pick Pleasure up for her, or Youth Dew or whatever, and then pick Modern Muse up for her daughter. So it's kind of like opening up the Estee Lauder brand to a different group of female buyers. That's just my analysis. I could be completely wrong. I do quite like all of these, and I would personally wear all of these. So let's go through them. So original Modern Muse is a pretty musky white floral with jasmine, honeysuckle, very sort of almost airy white floral, carefree, young girl off to a wedding or something on a spring day, like very, very pretty and delicate and florally feminine. It has a little bit of patchouli, amber and vanilla in the base and the heart, which help make this last. So it's not just a white floral, and that sort of vanilla, I think, adds a teeny bit of sweetness that makes this a bit modern. You do get a teeny bit of citrus in the opening, but predominantly jasmine is the star here, but it's a soft, pretty jasmine, not like a heavy, deep jasmine like an Alien or a YSL Libre. Like this is much more lighter, prettier. This was then followed in 2014 by Modern Muse Chic, and this is relatively similar to the original. It still has jasmine and white florals as the main notes that come through, but what they've done is they've added a bit of like cashmere and suede, and also a little bit of oud and ebony. So this perhaps is a little bit more mysterious, a little bit more nighttime, a little bit more grown up, but overall it still feels relatively similar to the original. It's very recognizable as a Modern Muse smell. It's just got those little changes and tweaks to it, but it's very much still a version of the original. They then released Modern Muse Le Rouge, which is effectively a sweet rose. So you get a lovely rose bouquet scent to this. So rather than jasmine, it's roses this time. But then they've got berries and raspberries in, which make this young and fruity. So very sort of typical modern day scent. Patchouli's here again, helping it last, as is vanilla again, which works with the sort of raspberry to make this quite sweet. It's definitely a bit of a sort of fun fantasy perfume. I think this was quite successful, and is this the favourite from the range? It's probably one of my favourites from the range. It's so hard to pick. What's a little bit confusing is they then followed this up with a very similarly named and similarly looking perfume, which is Modern Muse Eau de Rouge. So first we have En Rouge, then we have Eau de Rouge, and also it has very similar ingredients. So rose and raspberry are the main notes, but rather than a berry, there's a little bit of a minty freshness in here. But again, it has the vanilla in. It's essentially the same perfume except for some slightly small changes. And this one is also quite hard to find now. It's definitely not sold anymore. So for whatever reason, this appeared and then was discontinued, but very, very similar to the other Eau Rouge ones. So I don't really know what happened here. Perhaps one of you guys know, but I'm very easy to think they're the same one, but they're actually two separate perfumes. In 2016, we then got Modern Muse Eau Rouge Gloss. This potentially is my favourite, I think. So here we've got that roses, just like in Eau Rouge, but it's mixed with a glacial cherry, like a sweet cherry, and also a sort of vinyl note. So vinyl notes is something that seems to have appeared in the past few years as an ingredient you can have in perfume. And it basically is like the smell of lip gloss, hence why it's called gloss. And I think it's quite fun. I find lip glosses smell really nice. It's got leather and vanilla, which make this quite sexy. It's got patchouli, which helps it last. And it has a little bit of honey and saffron and some interesting notes down there, but they don't really come through too much. But predominantly what you're getting is like a lip gloss, rose, berry-ness. I think this is the most modern of them all, and yeah, I think this one is my favourite. And then finally we have Modern Muse Nuit, which of course, as you'd expect from the name, is a sort of dark nighttime version. It's vanilla and tonka beans, patchouli, wood, amber, a very sort of typical nighttime ingredients. There's tonka beans and the vanilla really dominating. So quite sexy, mysterious. There's none of the sort of light florals from the original Muse and from Chic. It's much more deeper, and one for all you tonka bean fans out there. So that's it for the range. Let me know what you guys think. Have you tried any of these? As always, I'll leave the links down below to where you can get these in Europe and in the Americas. If you found the video helpful, useful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know your requests in the comments down below, and do subscribe if you haven't already. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye.